Check it out. It's a bearded dragon. I love it. It's so beautiful. Come back to Discoveries Base Camp 1 and we're going to talk about dragons. Hey guys, welcome back to Discovery Space Camp 1. Dragons, so cool. I love them. Check this guy out. He's a bearded dragon. One of the reasons they call him bearded dragons, let's see if I could get him to lift his head. Check that out. He kind of looks like your dad looks when your dad wakes up and forgets to shave, okay? So that's how he gets his name, the beard. Now, he's from Australia. And he's a reptile. And reptiles are cold-blooded animals. Reptiles are cold-blooded and they need the sun to warm up. Now this guy, it's nighttime and he's getting tired, so he's down and about. But if the sun was out and he was getting the warmth that he needs, then he would be up, charged, ready to go. Now, with the beard, he uses that for communication. So what he'll do is if he is up on his rock getting sun in Australia, then what he'll do is if another boy comes by, he's a boy by the way. Yep, boy. He's a boy. So if a boy comes by, he'll go, hey you, get off my rock or get off my limb, whatever he's on, okay? He's territorial. And territorial means that don't mess with me. I want to be by myself. You get out of my area. This is my area. Okay? But check this out. Check this out. Talking about girls. If a girl, nice pretty girl, bearded dragon comes up, guess what he does? He says, hey. He invites her out to the movies. Guess what they go see? Godzilla. Okay. Now this guy is one of my favorite pets. They are widely available on the pet trade today. Okay. People breed them. So we don't have any problem with them taking them out of the wild. They leave the wild ones alone. Now, as a pet, this guy is perfect. Look at that. He's not going to bite. Rarely will they ever bite. Oh, don't close your eyes. Wake up here. He's not going to bite. He is like the coolest. Now, what does he eat? He likes insects. But wait, he just don't eat insects. What else you eat? Ah, that's right, vegetation. As a matter of fact, these guys don't need water. So if you have one as a pet, you don't have to put a water dish in his cage, okay? Now, I put a water dish in just about all my animal cages because I feel I need it. I really don't when it comes to this guy. I can leave the water dish out, but I put it in there just to make myself feel better. Now, you gotta watch that because there are some reptiles, if you put a water dish in their exhibit, in their cage, they'll get what's called scale rot. They will actually, like the Uromastyx, you don't want to put any water at all in an exhibit with the Uromastyx. We'll talk about Uromastyx later. But some reptiles will actually get what's called scale rot. They'll get very sick. So you don't want to put water in with those type of reptiles. But bearded dragons, you could put it there. It's not really needed. So back to what he's eating. He eats insects. He likes a good chef salad, okay? So I chop it up. I put a little carrot, a little everything in there. And guess what? He likes it. I spray it down with a little bit of water. Boom. That's how he gets his water, okay? So he don't need any other water except for the vegetation. Now, wait a minute. So he eats insects. He eats vegetation. What about mice? Yes, he does. He'll eat a mouse. He'll eat meat. Now, is he going to chase down a deer in Kentucky? No, okay? He can only go about 8 miles per hour, which is actually pretty good for a lizard. But what he will do is he will go to a nest where there are like baby mice, and he'll snatch one of them and eat it. So this guy, he eats insects, he eats vegetation, he eats meat. What does that mean? That means we've got an omnivore. Now, in a later show, we'll talk about another omnivore, the tortoise. So remember, if they eat everything, boom, omnivore. Now, these guys here, if you look at that ear, that is an inner ear. Now, we have outer ears. We have cones. Okay? So the cones actually help us in hearing. They have inner ears. Now, when you go to buy bearded dragons, the first mistake a lot of people will make, a lot of people will buy 2 bearded dragons. Okay? Remember, if one's a male, eventually they are going to turn on each other. Okay? They'll start biting or picking at each other. Now, what we're doing here, and when we're talking about the beard, let's take him down a little bit. When we're talking about the beard, you can tell when this guy's upset, okay? Because he will darken his beard, he'll turn it black, and that's a warning, you get away from me, okay? And they can bite. They usually don't, but they can, especially when it comes to other lizards. Another thing that they will do, and this is in response to a female and a male, they will bob their head. Just like the green iguana, they will do head bobs. And those head bobs are telling them, you get back, I'm serious. He flattens out his body. Look at that hard body. He flattens it out, and then, boom, he looks mean. He looks bad to the bone, and nothing wants to mess with an animal that's bad to the bone. Okay, look at that. He looks rough. He looks tough. But check this out. He turns his beard black, and he bobs his head. That means, come on, let's go out to the movies. He invites the girl towards him and sees if she's receptive. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about the hand waving, what that means. Guys, welcome back to Discovery's Base Camp 1. Check it out. Now, we were talking about turning his beard black. If another predator or a lizard comes up to him, as I was talking earlier, he will turn his beard black. He will flatten his body out, and he'll look tough. I mean, he looks like he's about ready to tear somebody up. It's all a show. Just about all a show. Okay, they will attack other lizards, but most of it is just for show. You know, carry a big stick, that way you ain't really got to fight. Ooh, where are you going? Don't go anywhere. He makes himself look bigger than what he is, but you know what? All these spikes are really kind of soft. Okay, they're not going to hurt anybody. So what happens is, if there's a bigger lizard and the other lizard head bobs, just like he head bobs. Remember, with the iguana, we were talking about the head bobbing. He does that too. So what happens is, that other iguana will start, or that other lizard will start head bobbing. And if he thinks that he's been beat, if he thinks, that guy's too big, I better back off and give him the territory, then what he will do is he will raise and lower his paw, okay? So he will actually, it looks like he's waving like that. He will raise and lower his paw. Now, he does the same thing in communication with females. And if the female's receptive, they go off on a date, they go see Godzilla. Now, look at his body here. It's a rough looking body. It's a light skin type body. Now, these guys, some of them are being bred today in different colors, okay? But you didn't have all these different colors out in the wild. They're being bred that way today as pets. So this guy kind of has a sandy color and a rough look to him. It's because of where he lives. In Australia, he's more in the arid or scrub area, okay? So with him being in the arid or scrub area, what he'll do is he'll be on that rock and he will actually get the sun that he needs. And when his body's warm enough, he will actually go underneath the rock, dig. Look at those nails right here. He has very sharp nails, very sharp. And he can actually dig himself a little burrow. If he's lazy and don't want to dig a burrow, he can actually just scoot himself underneath of a rock, okay, or a crevice in a cliffside. So he can cool down by removing himself from the direct sunlight. Now these guys here can get up to about a foot, foot and a half, okay? And if you're keeping one, you want to make sure. Yeah, when they're babies, they're basically just insectivores. So you're going to feed them insects. But put a little bit of lettuce and carrots and stuff in there. Cut it up real fine. Because you know what? When they're little, they cannot, their mouths aren't that big. So you really got to take care with the little ones. Now, when they're little, you can get away with having maybe a 20-gallon aquarium to keep them in, okay? But as they get bigger, like this guy, I would say he's about a foot already. He's got to be in like a 50, 55-gallon aquarium or a larger space cage in which he can run around a little bit in. He ain't going to run too much. He's just going to climb. Make sure he's able to climb on top of stuff. Make sure that you put something for him to hide in. That way, if he gets too much heat from the heat lamp, he can climb down and he can go in his hide and cool down for a bit. Now, when we're talking about keeping these guys, we want to make sure we have the proper lighting. You're going to want a heat lamp. Okay, that heat lamp is going to mimic the sun. And so you're going to want that heat lamp close to where they can get temperatures of about over 90 degrees. Okay? Down below, you're going to have to measure the temperature there too and make sure that the temperature actually drops to about 75. Now, not only do you have to watch the temperature, you have to watch humidity. You have to have a UVA, UVB light. Why is this? Because being in captivity, you're taking away the sun. So you're going to have to give them the sun. And the way that we are able to mimic the sun is through these lights, usually at pet shops or pet hobbyist websites. called UVA UVB. Now this guy, because he lives in Australia, is going to need at least a 10.0. Okay, he's going to need a pretty high UVA UVB. Now what's really cool is giving your animal a way to get out in the wild without losing them. Okay, so I do take all my bearded dragons for walks outside. Just watch them, make sure they don't get away. They will most likely not survive past the fall if they get away. So make sure you keep a close eye on them. But yeah, take them out, have some fun with them. They can sit on your shirt. They have sharp claws. So take them out, have fun with them, and then what you got is a friend for life, because these guys will just hang out with you. That's all they want to do. That, keep warm, and eat. I hope you enjoyed this segment on bearded dragons from Australia. Hey, if you're into lizards or reptiles, you want to get one? Go ahead. Bearded dragons are cool. Some of the animals I have, not so cool when it comes to being a home pet. But bearded dragons, do it. It's a lot of fun. See you next time on Discoveries Base Camp 1.